All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jeffrey. Come on, give it up for Jeffrey. Round of applause. Could I get my monitors up as well? Okay, you want to sit for 10 minutes? I'm on stage for 10 minutes and hear some comedy since you take a break, yes? 10 minutes of jokes or you still want to dance? Okay for 10 minutes? Come on, can I get my monitors up, please, so I can hear myself? Everybody sit down, sit down, sit down, calm down, calm down, sit down, sit down. We'll take a break. Then Arjit Singh will come on and you can dance some more. Would you rather Why don't I dance with you? I'm not as beautiful as Jeffrey here. All right, come on. Let's everybody start by giving a round of applause to Jeffrey. Come on, let's do this, yes? Okay, very quickly, I want to perform for these 10 people who are actually into the comedy right now. How many people have kids? Clap your hands. Kids, clap your hands. Kids, clap your hands. Kids, 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 kids. Clap your hands if you agree with me that the best thing about having children is the way that they are made. All right, but I grew up in a middle-class UP Indian family with middle-class rules. Did you have rules growing up? So you had rules growing up, yes? Rules like this one. Don't talk when adults are talking. How many people had that rule when you were growing up? If you had that, yes? Raise your hands. Did you have that rule? Come on, calm down. Don't worry, I'm off stage in 10 minutes. Then you can dance some more. I promise you. I've been sent out. Okay, how many people had that rule? Don't talk when adults are talking. Raise your hands if you had that. You know why? Because they're afraid of what you might say. Because in public situations, Indian children always tell the truth to everybody at all times. Your best friends come over like, hey Arjun, Rupa, so happy you came over, so happy you came over, really missed you. No, they're not. Before you came over, Papa said you're cheap and Mama said you dress like a whore. Mama, what's a whore? Or how about this? Your best friend next door got a new bicycle and you ran home and you were like, Mummy, Mummy, he got a new bicycle, can I also get a new bicycle? He got a new bicycle, can I also get a new bicycle? And if your mother was a good old Indian mother, what did she always say to you? Oh, if your best friend jumps into the well, then will you also jump into the well? When even the stupidest child in the world knows if my best friend jumped into the well, I'd have his bloody bicycle, wouldn't I? And what do Indian mothers always used to scare you? They always say, hey, don't make me tell Papa. How many mothers use that? Raise your hands if you use that. Don't make me tell Papa. As if Papa is some serial killer who lives under a bridge with a shotgun who's going to shoot your children. You know why don't make me tell Papa? Because Papa won't have a damn clue what to do about it. That's why. And if Papa does something about it, I'll have to have sex with him tonight and Mommy likes her headaches. That's why. Speaking of which, we have 1 billion people in India, ladies and gentlemen. 1 billion people. Clap your hands if you agree with me that sex education is important in India. Come on, clap your hands, yes? Come on, get into it. I'm off in 10 minutes. Come on. Sex education. Did you have sex education in schools? Did you? Yes? We're becoming more open about sex. Even ex-Prime Minister Manmohan Singh came out and made a speech and said, I want to urge the Indian people that if you are going to practice sex, like it's a cricket match that you need to practice for it or something, if you are going to practice sex, please practice safe sex. And everybody got angry. They were like, oh, Manmohan Singh is promoting sex. No, he's not. It is impossible for Manmohan Singh to promote sex. To promote sex, you have to be just a little bit sexy. Manmohan is a great man, a good economist and okay prime minister. Not too many women here tonight look at Manmohan on TV and go, whoo! Budget, baby, budget! Fiscal my deficit, darling. You don't see that. So we had sex education. What do they always do in Indian schools? They always pick the oldest teacher in the world. A teacher who is so old, the last time he had sex, they probably did it to keep warm because mankind hadn't discovered fire yet. And he comes out and says, beta, sex is for procreation and not for recreation. You young people are too naughty and promiscuous. Let's be clear. The reason in India has 1 billion people today is not because my generation is having sex. Alright? It's because some of the dudes sitting in the front row are having sex. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And sex is very different for men and women. You know, when it comes to sex, would you agree with me that women need to have all the power in a sexual relationship? Yes? Clap your hands. That women need to have all the power, right? For guys, we do one thing when it comes to sex. We want to please the women. Ladies want multitasking. Women want you to find a part of her and do something to that part of her, and then find another part of her and do something to that part of her while maintaining what you were doing that part of her. Like you cheated on her with her. Right? Which is why women, can you work the center and tickle the forehead and juggle chainsaws and light a fire and build a house at the same time while having sex? And you think we are able to do this shit? Guys, you ever been in bed with a woman and suddenly she's like, say my name? You ever heard that? Yes? Suddenly she's like, say my name. The guy's like, say my name. That is not dominance. The guy has genuinely forgotten what his name is, alright? There is some Gajni shit happening in his head right now. You could tell him any name, he will believe you. You are Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Within 2 minutes, he'll lift you up with the World Cup like, Sachin, Sachin. It would happen. And on this journey, ladies and gentlemen, of marriage, I need you to embrace the fact that you will fight. And you will never win. Gopal and your wife, what was, no, Govind, something with a G. Screw it, Ganesh. Huh. How many guys have actually won a fight with their wives? Clap your hands. If you've actually won a fight with your wife, ever clap your hands. Come on, let me see you. Not, shut up. Not one guy has the ball. You want a fight? Come to the stage right now. I want to know about this fight. Come here right now. Now, see, now his wife just looked at him like, no, you fucking didn't win the fight. When you go home, my friend, the fight is going to come back. Women do not win fights because they're always correct. Women are fallible too. Women are human beings. Women just have the stamina to make you forget that you were correct. Fighting with a woman is like being a Vietnam War veteran. You don't know what you were fighting for, why you were there. You're just glad it's over. You never want to go back to that place ever again in your life. And it could start from the smallest thing. One day you come home, you take your shirt off, you throw it on the floor. How many guys have done that? Have you ever done that, right? She will come home and it will annoy the hell out of her. What's your name? Santosh, it will drive her. That's not your name, is it? You lied to me right now. What is your actual name now? Are you also Carrie or something like that? Is that your name? Balvinder. Happy. Your real name is Krishna. Do you steal her butter? Is that what happened? What's your real name, man? Come on. Huh? Make up your fucking mind. What are you? Deepu, Santosh, Krishna, Hanuman, Balganesh? What is it? It's Deepu. Deepu. Not Deepu. Deepu. Are you Deepu or Deepu? Deepu. All right, wonderful. Do you have a brother called Shallow? Like, is that your... All right. You got a brother called Poo Poo. Wonderful, yeah. So if you two get together, that's like a huge shit. It's Deepu Poo Poo. Man, I took a Deepu Poo Poo today, man. Filled up the pot. What's your lovely name? Is this your wife, Deepu? Wonderful, wonderful. Do you call her end or pool? Like just deep end? No, huh? Madam, what's your name? Priyanka. Priyanka, don't ignore me. I can see you. I have the mic. Huh? Renu. Why did he call you Priyanka? Deepu's doing some shit you need to know about. There is a Priyanka in Deepu's life that you don't know about right now. Alright, so I was talking about a fight. Deepu, if either you or Carrie came home and chucked your shirt on the floor, it would annoy the hell out of your wife. But would she tell you about it? No. That would be too easy. There are stages to revealing this information. It's like KBC. You have to go through all the stages. Stage 1. When your wife is annoyed at you, where for all conversation, her top teeth will be cemented to her bottom teeth. Whenever she looks at your face, they will clamp shut together. Hey, baby, could you pass the salt? Yeah. Not the salt. Not the salt. Salt and pepper. And at this point, Deepu will usually say something like, hey, you want to go up to the bedroom? I can't get to the bedroom. There's a shirt in the way. At this point, stage 2 arrives, where your wife, what was your name? Sonal, will become like a jazz drummer. She will become like Arjit Singh and Zakir Hussain and Sivamani had a baby together. Because she will make drumming noises you have never heard her make before in your life. Why didn't I just tell you? Shh. At this point, even Hitler would go pick up the shirt, you idiot. But what men don't understand, what we will never understand, is right now that is no longer a shirt. You, your relationship, your attitude towards women, how your mother raised you, what school you went to, everything is in that shirt right now. And you need to accept that you will fight in this marriage. Like, how long have you been married? 13 years. 17 years. And where did you meet? On a holiday. You met at the Holiday Inn. Were you her receptionist? How did you check her in? Deepu, where did you? Okay, so you both met at the Holiday Inn. Whenever people meet at hotels, that's a little suspicious, huh? So, all right. So you were at the Holiday Inn. Then what happened? Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'm coming down. Don't worry. I don't bite unless it's in the script. Usually she comes down. Wonderful. Thank you, Deepu, for that lovely insight into your Holiday Inn activities. All right. So you met at the Holiday Inn. You met at a party at the Holiday Inn. Who approached who? Her mother approached you. Her mother was hitting on you and you were like, can I have your daughter instead, please? Alright, so Deepu approached you. What did he say? He said, you're so... I'm coming down now. Now we are... Now the conversation is happening. Alright, so we're talking about a love story here, guys. Come on. This is the story of Deepu and what Renu. Wonderful. Deepu and Renu. So Renu, you're at a party at the Holiday Inn. I'm not picking on you. I promise you, madam, I'm being a gentleman. All right. So Deepu approached you. What did he say? He said, you're so beautiful. And did he take you out to dinner or something after that as well? Or you took her to another Holiday Inn? Do you work for Holiday Inn? Is that... Or do you get frequent dating cards at Holiday Inn? All right. So at some point the love story happened and you proposed to Renu, correct? What did you say?
I told her that
Really good proposal, very romantic. I'm liking it so far. Okay, so what did you say?
we did that after I got married, but before that we did.
You're going to be celibate for the rest of your life. You're just... So what was the proposal line?
No, you did Battle of the Sexes, dude. You
Acha, tell me what you said to this lovely, beautiful, angelic woman when you proposed to her.
did tell. I told her that something about her dad is a thief.
What? One second. तेरा बाप चोर है, मेरे से शादी कर ले. No, okay, okay, complete the line.
Don't pull out so fast, dude.
Deepu, man. All right, so, okay, the mic is in your mouth now. Get used to it. Okay, so, full line.
Okay. I told him that his father was a thief. Her father was a thief because he stole something from the sky, from the stars, and brought it back to earth.
Come on, round of applause. Come on, for Deepu. You're so full of shit, man. What cheesy Rumi book did you get this fucking line from? Okay, so wait, you said her dad is a thief, tera baap chor hai, because he took some stars from the sky and put them into her. That's exactly. तेरा बाप ना इतना बड़ा चोर है, तारे को लेकर तेरे अंदर घुसा दिया. Like that's what you... That was your romantic proposal.
In English.
So this is how you asked this woman to marry you.
Your dad is a thief. You stole something from the sky.
I thought her dad stole something. You're so confused. All right.
Yeah. You are like he brought the stars and skies from the earth and universe into her. And I married a star or something.
Are you a chartered accountant? He's a comedian. All right, give a round of applause to Deepu. Come on, it's a very sweet proposal. Thank you so much for being a sport, man. That's wonderful. Let's talk to some more people. Tonight is an evening of love. They're here. Hello, sir. How are you? With the white hair. My name's Veer. Nice to meet you. Good evening. Good evening, ma'am. How are you? Are you two married or together? All right, wonderful. How long have you been married?
17 years.
17 years. Give them a round of applause, please. 17 years is a wonderful time. But to each other, right? All right. And how did you meet?
We met at a wedding.
You met at a wedding. Women are always vulnerable and emotional and Kind of turned on it. All right, so wonderful. So this was your friend's wedding or her friend's wedding?
My cousin.
His cousin's wedding. Wonderful. And how did you approach her?
I asked her for a phone number.
Wonderful.
Give it to everybody else but me.
He said it. I didn't say anything. So you just walked up to this lovely lady and you said, "Ma'am, can I have your phone number since everybody else has it?"
I asked her for a phone number. She asked the waiter for a pad. And when the pad came, she started writing out and giving it to everybody else. I forgot to give it to me.
Like the waiter included. Like somewhere there is Balvinder, the waiter, who has your phone number right now. And where was the wedding?
Our wedding was in Hong Kong. Here in this ballroom.
They got married in this ballroom, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, give them a round of applause. And when I'm done with them, they will split up in this ballroom now. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. So how did he propose? Was there a romantic proposal, madam?
Yes, on my 18th birthday.
On your?
18th birthday.
He proposed on your 18th birthday. Okay. What was the proposal like? What did he do?
You tell me.
I knelt down and I asked her to marry me.
Like on both knees or on one knee? Like, women are always impressed with that, right? Like he got down on one knee. What is he going to do? A Surya Namaskar? Okay, so you got down on one knee and you had a ring.
I had a ring, yeah.
How many carats?
There were no carrots.
There were no carats in your ring. Just a gold ring. I like it. Bold choice. To not give a woman a diamond and get her to say yes. That's wonderful. All right. And you said, will you marry me? Was there anything else attached to that?
Yeah, she didn't answer. She said again.
She said again. She wanted to hear. Acha, so did you just go like, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Or, and she said yes. And you've been married 17 years now. And do you have children?
4 kids.
4 kids. Round of applause. Come on. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, here's wishing you all of the happiness in the world. Thank you so much, guys, all right, for talking to me. Everybody usually shits their pants when they talk to a comedian, so thank you very much. Okay, I think we're just about ready for Arijit Singh. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you need me to do? What? How many more minutes do you need? Because you need 5 more minutes. Are you good to hear some 5 more minutes of comedy? Pakka chalega? All right, let's talk about movies. All right. What is the #1 male voted genre of films? Yell it out. Action. Porn, actually, Deepu. But action, same thing. Slightly different type of action. The #1 female voted genre of movies is romance. Do you know what the #1 male voted movie of all time is? It's a film called Die Hard. Have you seen Die Hard? Yes? Great. What is the story of Die Hard? Even Bruce Willis doesn't know. Bruce Willis goes into a building, takes a machine gun, goes to every floor and kills everybody. That is this whole movie. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be a liftman, you could be a terrorist, you die. It's like a vertical Jallianwala Bagh. It's horrible. This one guy with one gun blows up a skyscraper alone. Solo. Akela. In your face, Al-Qaeda. He didn't need no plane. He didn't need no operation. You think Osama bin Laden was just sitting in his cave after 9/11, just watching Die Hard going, see, this is what we should have done. Hire Bruce Willis. Now, the #1 voted female movie of all time is a movie called Sleepless in Seattle. Ladies, do you like that movie? Do you know, guys, do you know what the story of this creepy bloody movie is? So, Meg Ryan hears Tom Hanks talking about his dead wife on the radio. She goes to Seattle, stalks him for 3 days from behind a tree, and then after that writes him a letter saying, I love you, I think we're perfect for each other, meet me at the top of the Empire State Building on Valentine's Day. And ladies, you think this is romantic, right? Only when a chick does it. Imagine your husband dies, just for a second. Ma'am, don't smile so much. Imagine your husband dies and then like 5 years later you're talking about it on the radio and you see a dude stalking you from behind a tree. And then you don't get a letter, you get a WhatsApp message saying, I love you, I think you are perfect, meet me at the top of Antilla on Gudi Parva. Antilla is Mukesh Ambani's house. Actually, even if Mukesh Ambani sent you that message, you would still call the police. And I'm not saying Mukesh Ambani would send you a WhatsApp message. To use WhatsApp, your 3G network has to work properly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good time tonight. Thank you for sitting down and listening to the rest of my set. Give it up for Deepu and his lovely wife. Give it up for them as well. And thank you so much. And now Arjit Singh, okay, bye. Good night. Thank you.